What's up, guys? Today I am bringing you this orange little beauty look going on. I know that some of you guys look beauty looks, so I thought I would hit you up with one. I also am about to stream on Twitch, so this is me my makeup, so I thought I'd film it beforehand. It's pretty much inspired by my shirt. I got this from Laura's Boutique, and I don't know, I feel like a cute little sassy, sexy little bitch in this, so I thought I would do an orange eye, and it's also fall, so gotta hit you guys up with some leaf colors and coppers and stuff. Anyways, all product details will be listed down below as usual. I hope you guys like the tutorial. Let's get to it. Alright, so I'm starting out with my bare face per usual. Always super moisturized because moisturized skin will hold product well for a nice and even application. I prime my face with some of the MURAD Invisiblur as a base, then grabbing my foundation, which recently has been the Dior Airflash. It's super spendy, unfortunately, but I do like the nice airy coverage that it gives. Spray it right onto the brush. You could spray it on your face, but I feel like that coverage is a little odd to me. And I buff this in downward motions with the flat kabuki brush, keeping the layer again very soft. NARS Creamy Concealer is, holy shit, one of my favorite concealers of all time. I slather this all over the high points of my face and on some little trouble acne spots I'm having. It's perfect because they have this pale ass shade for us pale ass hoes, so if you are super pale, Chantilly is definitely your color. I still use the same kabuki brush that I used earlier just to blend it downwards, and since I am having a little bit of problem skin, because my skin hates me and it's from the devil, I put a little bit more onto the acne spots, and I use a dry beauty blender because it will focus the concealer right on top, as a wet beauty blender will shear down the product. That's not what we want right now. With the Laura Mercier translucent powder, I am going to set my face. Now, I like to bake my face just because, especially when I'm going out on a full day of wearing makeup, it keeps your makeup in place very well, but you don't need it all the time. But it is really good for acne. If you put a lot of the translucent powder on top of the acne, it will keep the makeup really nicely in place and you won't have to worry about your acne showing through. I did my brows off camera really quick just because I'm trying to grow them out, so they're kind of in a weird stage right now. So we're jumping right to the contour. I'm using this Sigma brush that I haven't used to contour yet, and this Makeup Geek Breakup Contour Powder, which is a nice cool toned shade. Makeup Geek has a lot of colors that have either warm or cool undertones. They're great for light skinned and if you have a darker skin tone. I take this right underneath my cheekbones and I'm kind of pushing the product underneath and using the brush in stippling motions to blend it up and down a little bit. I always love to blend in stippling motions. I feel like it gives a really nice gradient instead of just swiping the product all around, because sometimes that can pick up the product underneath. Wipe off the excess of the translucent powder while you're doing this, just so that you can reveal your nice set face. After contouring, I pick up my blush. This is from Hourglass. I'm just going to put this a little bit onto the apples of my cheeks. If you don't know where those are, you can just kind of give yourself a little smile, and they'll pop right up. And to highlight, grabbing the Anastasia by Starlight shade, putting this just a little bit with a fan brush onto the high points of my face. You guys already know, can't leave behind my beauty mark. I mean, it's already there, but I like to intensify it. Add a little bit of eyebrow pencil to darken it, and then a little bit of skin-toned powder on top to make it look like it's under the skin. Moving on to the eyes, I'm starting off with Vanilla from Anastasia. This is just going to be our base eyeshadow. This will make it so that all of the eyeshadows on top will be really nice and easy to blend. Grabbing Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek, this will be our transition shade. And we're doing this all over the lid, but focusing it more so on our outer V that we have in the eye. What a transition shade does for a smoky eye is gives a nice gradient from our skin tone into the darkness of the smoky eye. So you want to go with something that's maybe a little darker than your skin tone, but has a little bit of a color of the eye look you're going for. Morocco from Makeup Geek. Oh, one of my faves. It is this burnt orange color, pigmented as shit. So I'm just going to be using this brush to pack it all over the lid, but again, focusing it more so in the outer V. You can see I'm switching between brushes. I'm adding the color down and then going back in with a fluffy brush to blend out the edges so they're nice and soft. When you are starting to layer up the product and you are starting to blend it out, keep the blend smaller and smaller as you go, meaning that we want the darkness into that crease. We don't want this orange shadow blended all over the entire eye because it will start to muddle up the whole gradient effect we're going for. Holy shit, I probably said gradient like 5 times already, but point being, we don't want to go too ham in the blending. There is such a thing as too much blending. With a smaller brush, I'm going in with Fudge from Anastasia. It's darker matte brown shade. This is focused just on the outer V and taking it underneath the eye too. Still keeping the product right where I want it into just that line, having it blend a little bit into the orange. Still switching to the fluffier brush if I need to blend out any harsh edges, but you always want to work in layers. Working in layers on smoky eyes is your best bet, so you get it nice and soft. You don't want to have too many harsh lines hanging out. I've been really digging looks that have some really intense under eyes lately, like really smoky, grungy looks, so I add quite a bit under the eye too. I added a little bit of coppering from MAC just on the outer portion of the lid, blending into the fudge. Needed a little shimmer, I felt. And for liner, you guys know my Kat Von D ink liner. Trooper, that is, it's a trooper. It's my favorite. I love it. I love doing wing liners with felt tip liners. I always draw it out, as you guys probably know, and then I fill it in afterwards. A tip to make sure your wing always shows when you are just looking natural at someone is when you're doing your eyeliner, look down at a mirror, but don't pull your eyelids up too much. Sometimes when you're doing liner, you pull your eyelids up with your eyebrows, but then when you relax your eyes, the wing is a little askewed, so make sure to look at yourself with a very natural, relaxed face. Coated my lashes with some mascara. This is just from Makeup Forever, top and bottom. And then popped on my lashes that I wear in any beauty look you see. I'm probably wearing these lashes. They are RISQUE from KOKO lashes. They're so cheap, and so I'm all about that. For the lips, I just wanted a nice, pretty nude. This is Smashbox Stepping Out, and I did coat my entire lips in it and overline because I'm an overlining whore, but it was a little too warm for me. I felt that since the eye look was so warm and my shirt is so warm, I needed a little cool down. So I took Posh Spice, which is from JEFFREE Star, which is a very, very cool nude tone, and patted this mainly focusing just in the middle of the lips. Both of these are liquid lipsticks, so they do dry completely matte. Set your entire face with your setting spray of choice. I'm using Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, and you are done. And this is the final look, which you guys saw on the intro, but I really hope you liked this tutorial. I hope you learned a few new things. I really wanted to go in depth on the blending process because that's obviously extremely important when you get into beauty makeup, and yeah, so I wanted to not just breeze over it. I wanted to give you all kinds of info so you can walk around and blend the shit out of your eye and look just fantastic. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. As I always say, I love the fuck out of you. Love the fuck out of you, right there. I love the fuck out of you. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.
What are you waiting for?